And we're live with Dr. Vicki and Miss Ona joining us tonight.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me, Vicki, everybody. When you have
Thanks
these
for coming and getting petty with us.
I've been practicing.
Have you?
Weekend.
I watched some Mean Girls. No, I have no idea. I've never watched Mean Girls in my life.
I was going to say the pileup of planets in the sky are probably helping everybody be petty.
Certainly be angry, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Ona, have you got anything going on? Any announcements?
I'm getting my art up for installation for Artist of the Season, and it will have its own little website and stuff inside the Shine Bright in Life catalog and everything. And I'll be putting that information out there as soon as I get it over there.
Awesome. We'll watch for that.
And
yeah, you're gonna have to take pictures and put them on, post them.
It'll be available to view like that. And Giblets and I are going to probably just start doing Monday morning for like breakfast with Giblets because my schedule is crazy. So I'm kind of moving that to a different day, something new.
Ona and I are both in Illinois, and we're just praying we don't get the blizzard that's hitting Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
You get the beep, beep, beep on your phone. Let me know.
Yeah. The tornado last week being 30, 35 miles south of me was a little too close.
That was close. That was real close. We were on the Tuesday night astrology salon, and they're like, there's a tornado. And I'm like,
well, I see the lightning out your window again. The hail was like the size of a grapefruit, was massive, which can tear up your siding and your roofs and everything. We didn't get that kind of hail. We got a little bit of small hail, but nothing really damaging. So I lucked out on that too.
Well, we're just getting out from under like 5 feet of snow. So
yeah, I've been watching all your pictures. It's so beautiful, but oh my God, how you get that out of the driveway is a mess.
Oh, I couldn't go in the yard because I'd get stuck like hip deep in snow.
Yeah,
you actually can't get out. Like if you call the police.
You're supposed to get more this week, right?
They're talking about a storm. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe not here, but maybe. Maybe.
So you got any classes going on, Dr. Vicki?
I do actually. I'm glad you asked. Tomorrow, Monday, I start a planetary pair class. It's putting two planets together and how they interact. It's really kind of an aspect. If you have trouble with aspects, this is a really good class to take. I look at the relationship between the sun and the moon, Venus and Mars, the sun and Saturn, to sort of give a sense of how they interact with each other and how it may manifest in your chart. And then in May, on May 7th, I'm going to start another introduction to the Kabbalah. And that'll be my spring Kabbalah class. So all that information is on my website. So
awesome. Yeah, I hope you offer that one again, how the planets work together. It's kind of like tarot cards, right? How tarot cards work together. It's like opposing versus squaring versus sextiling. I need a class.
Yeah, the aspects really are probably the most difficult, or the last thing people really sort of get under their belt when you're studying astrology. But yeah, it's actually not that hard if it's taught in the right way. But that's what I say because I teach it, right? But people seem to like it. So
awesome. Mr. Johnny, you still got your class going on?
Yes, no signups though. I do want to ask if Ona is selling jewelry or not.
The only pieces I'm selling are the earrings with the eyes in them. I call them the dragon eyes. I'll show you a pair.
Yeah, the all-seeing eyes.
You can always say, I have got my eye on you.
Ooh, those are cool.
And I have them in 2 stores right now, but that's I'm doing mostly the eyeglass holders. That's all I've got in other stores, and some bags.
I have some earrings that I made into pendants. That's why I asked. Okay.
Mhm.
Miss Becca, you got anything going on?
No.
I've got a couple of openings towards the end of March for readings, and April is open. So anyone that would like a reading with Jen Lynn Tarot, go to jenlyntarot.com. 2 N's in Jen, 2 N's in Lynn. And watch your spam folder or junk email for confirmations that come through from my website when you book. Ona, the Lucky Girl's asking, do you have a website?
I do not. I do not have a website.
So
I
she'll
do
post links where we can see her art.
Yeah, I will post links on my channel, and that's my biggest thing is like the marketing stuff. And once I get into that businessy, I feel like I can't, I just want to play in the dirt. Okay.
Find a shop to sell it out of or something, sell on consignment.
Or find a friend who likes doing stuff like that. I mean, people are always willing to help. You just have to, say, this is what I need. Now, I can't help you because I can't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But other stuff, other stuff.
Well, for those who didn't see the thumbnail for tonight's video, it was the shoe shop. Whoops. Delete. Unmuted my YouTube page. Sorry. It's a thumbnail of the shoe shop. So, the Get Smart shoe shop. Everybody in Trump's cabinet now wearing Trump shoes. Little Marco Rubio shoes are about 2 sizes too big. His foot is so far forward from the back of the shoe. It's hysterical. In real life, when he's walking around, he's clunking around like he's wearing his daddy's shoes.
Wait, is that a real thing? He's making them wear his shoes?
They're all wearing his shoes.
Shut the
His
front door.
Florsham shoes.
Shut the front door right
Oh, we think they have chips in them. I think they have chips in them like dogs. Like you have dog chips, so he
Yeah,
can
the
track
monkey
them.
tips.
Yeah, for sure.
They're Florsham shoes. One of the guys was complaining he had to give up his designer shoes to wear them. I'm like, do they come with cankles too? Like Marco Rubio's shoes and JD Vance's also are about 2 sizes too big for their feet. And you see a gap behind their heel and the back of the shoe. And they're just clunking along.
Wait, what shoes are they? Are they the gold, ugly, nasty?
No,
No.
the black lace ups
patent
that
leather.
he's wearing now.
They're like black patent leather shoes.
Yeah, the black Florshams that he wears all the time.
So they're not like Trump tennis shoes.
No, that would be even worse.
No.
Well, that's what I thought you were. I thought remember those Temu ugly ass gold Converse knockoffs that he was selling for like a few $100s that were like $5 on Temu? That's
Yeah.
what I thought you were talking about. I didn't realize you were talking about like dress shoes.
No, his dress shoes that look real tight on his foot with his cankles now. And his cankles are even worse. He's about to explode. He's got them all wearing them, and there's a picture of them lined up in the White House, and he's pointing to all their shoes and stuff. It's like,
So does JD Vance get a pair of shoes too?
yep, they're all wearing them. His whole cabinet, except the women. So I want to know what's up with the shoe fetish. Why he feels they need to wear his shoes.
His statement was, I don't want my cabinet wearing sneakers.
Nobody was wearing
But
sneakers.
nobody was wearing sneakers.
Supposedly, they're also hemming their pants a little bit shorter too, like Trump does.
Oh my gosh, how long before he makes them all start wearing orange makeup and dyeing their hair blonde? That's
Put matchy
next.
tat on their ears.
Mm-hmm.
Because he makes the girls all get all weird. Lucky Girl's asking a question. Oh my God. And the answer is yes. You can post my email for
That was thunder.
Mm-hmm.
that is thunder. And it was a long one. For to find my work, and I'm gonna set this up so I can make movement with my inventory, which I'm stitching together to make weird creatures out of right now. Let me take care of this time.
Becca, you got to Google a picture of them in the Oval Office all wearing his shoes.
I just want this circus to be over. I'll say it out loud before the live show. I was saying whoever that Etsy witch was that got Charlie Kirk, somebody put her on speed dial because I'm on off this ride.
Get the blood clot going.
I mean, come on, blood clot. We have faith in you. We have faith in you. You can go to the lung. You can go to his brain.
Wow, what you getting, Vicky?
It's I don't know if this makes any sense. He honestly thought he was doing a good thing. Thought he was being generous. There's a little bit of like standing on my shoes. I feel like he wants them to wear a uniform, and it's going to start with the shoes, right? You know, like we're in the army and you have to have the spick and span shoes. But
So
how
it's
are they gonna run away if the shoes flop off, right? Like maybe they're, you know, in the old days they used to do the foot binding in China so the women wouldn't run away from their abusive husbands, right? Maybe that's kind of a similar thing, but instead of foot binding, they give them banana shoes.
They can't escape banana shoes.
It's like he's got
He tries to guess their shoe size. I have a theory about that because the old
He
joke that you're-
overestimates length. We know.
yeah, he's trying to estimate the size of their little you know what mushrooms.
He might
you get-
know, you know, he might know the size of the mushroom.
Yeah, he
He's
may
weird
very
enough
well.
to have required that. But, you know, allegedly, I have no idea.
Probably had to be on the resume to get the job. Yeah, allegedly YouTube and for entertainment purposes only. Johnny, what are you getting? Why is he pushing his shoes?
I think the same thing. He wants them to wear a uniform eventually. I got the 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the Lovers. He wants them all to look the same, like a group, like a union, like a unit. I mean,
Mhm.
7 of Cups, they're kind of all over the place for him. And this thing of I don't want them to wear sneakers. They don't wear sneakers, but they may wear shoes that he doesn't like. And so eventually he wants them all to look the same, like a group.
What you getting, Ona?
I got the group idea, 10 of Cups. So you got the family Florsheim there, right?
I wonder where they're made.
I gotta tell you, if I don't know if it's because I said it out loud, but there's something in them to track these men because he thinks somebody's leaking. He's getting more paranoid, right?
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
They're
So-
made in India, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Dominican Republic.
That's what I wanted to know.
So
much-
not
He
American.
looks Dominican. He looks Dominican right there, making the show. There's 7 of Pentacles and then the Emperor. So he's tracking them because he's looking, and then the Hanged Man and the 8 of Swords. So
Oh, yeah.
he's more paranoid and he's got tracking systems in them. So he thinks maybe somebody's Brutus in this A2 Brute, right? In this little thing that's going on. That's how. Why wouldn't he be tracking them?
What are you getting, Becca?
Rider, Child, Snake, Stars, Mountain. I'm with Ona. He's treating them like children, and those things are bugged. They're bugged. He wants to see who's going out and reporting. This is news. Betrayal, blockages and delays, and enemy. Treating them like children, bugged to see who's going to news outlets. That's a betrayer. Put a stop to it. Yeah, and yeah, he's freaking nuts, man.
He does have them bugged. Thank you, lucky girl. I get, yeah. He's trying to treat them like children. I'm the higher up in the government. I'm the highest that you can get. It is an image thing. He wants them all to look alike, and balanced. But he's watching them. He's watching them. He thinks he has a spy in his camp. And he's trying to cling to his power. Of course, he's got he thinks that like they're starting new businesses and new growth opportunities and getting emotions riled up and everything. It's like a little bit of everything that Trump wants to do, but he doesn't want them to do. So,
and I get with the child mirrors the stars to see who's betraying him for the younger one.
oh, for the JD Vance.
Yeah, I'm with Ona. He's paranoid and he's in the head.
He's just going to get more and more paranoid. That's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Somebody on Mystic Sisters, one of the people who was watching, said it was a message to his underlings that you can never fill my shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very symbolic. Shoes are symbolic.
Well, it's
But
Pisces.
there's one man. Why don't you just say, no, I'm not doing that.
yeah,
I'm not wearing that.
Nobody says no.
please don't.
No.
That's what I don't understand, though.
That is the price you pay when you have to walk that line. You are on 100% surveil. You signed up for it.
When you choose to walk that line.
Right.
Exactly.
Marco Rubio's shoes were
In
by
those
far.
shoes. In those shoes.
Marco Rubio's were the most ill-fitting, way too big. It shows in the pictures. He in particular, why is he just not telling they don't fit? Like
He wears like
only-
a 13 or something anyway. He made fun of Trump's hand size and foot size a long time ago. I think he said he wears 13 or something like that.
Yeah, made fun of his
So-
little hands.
His shoes had to be a 15.
They had to be because they were at least 2 sizes too big.
Orthopedic, though, for the bone spurs.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of room. Maybe they took all of his shoes and just left him with those, and that is all he could wear in house. He opened the closet and it's the only pair of shoes that he can wear. Or he
But
leaves
this
them there
is-
because he knows they're bugged, right?
That's symbolic of his cabinet, though. Nobody says no, ever. Until they
Over
quit,
something-
and then they go tweet it.
Over something as bad as ill-fitting shoes. I could not wear ill-fitting shoes for an hour, much less, all day, every day.
You know what, though? You know what? I hope one of them clowns trip their asses on some stairs with shoes
That might be part of the plan, honey.
2 or 3 sizes too big, and they just eat shit on the stairs or something.
Well, why don't they go to a Florsham dealer and exchange them for the proper fitting size?
Or just tell them, no, I'm not wearing your big clown shoes.
Keep your bottle. There's room for a bottle of pills in there.
I mean, you can put a
So-
sack lunch and a suitcase and everything in the back of your shoe and just go to work.
Be
So
a clown.
These
Otherwise-
clowns, do they suspect that the shoes are bugged or tracking them?
Ooh.
Do they suspect that
I'm
he put
sure they have a chip somewhere on their bodies. I just
Probably have an implant already. Yeah.
already. They don't need-
Like
Maybe
not
to keep them off of WhatsApp, and they can use their telephone shoes.
I mean, if they had to have everything the same size as Trump. Let me just remind them, little mushroom. They might all need some surgeries.
Oh my God. It's like a sorority, for goodness sakes.
A bad one too. Not even a cool one. Not even a cool one, Vicky.
I think they want to be a sorority. They have sorority envy.
They probably do.
Clown car just doesn't stop.
Yeah, I think they know they're bugged. They already been talking about it. Oh, that's such a sick way to compromise yourself. I mean, ugh.
Yeah.
Right, buddy dog? I know.
You know, I kind of get the feeling they wear them in the White House around him, but not like they leave them at the White House. They don't wear them out when they go home. They leave them behind.
But I have a question though, because something doesn't make sense.
Something. One thing.
Who's listening to it though? Because Trump's asleep 99.9% of the time.
Tulsi
So
Gabbard. He's on Shoe Patrol.
I mean, that's a good one because that dumbass is asleep. He's
Dog
asleep and he
Patrol.
doesn't know where he's at. Half the
Maybe
time.
that's Christy Nome's new job, Dog Patrol. Thank you, Cindy.
Oh dear, that's
You walk past Tulsi
Well, that
Gabbard's
might be
desk.
good.
What are you doing? Listening to shoes?
Hello. Hello. Get smart. Take the shoes off.
I have an idea. Let's dress one of them like a goat and one of them like a puppy, and let Christy at him. Problems will be solved.
There's a great meme when Christy got fired of a big dog parade in DC celebrating.
Oh, that's too funny.
So what are y'all getting? Do they suspect?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I got the 2 cups holding hands. Look at them holding hands. Then we have the sorority, the 3 of cups, and then the world, which in this deck is like being in a circle here, like being a hula hoop again. Sorority, hermit, isolating them so that they don't dream beyond their station. That's what I got.
Thank you, Francis.
Crazy.
What you getting, Johnny?
I get that some are still convinced that it's just part of 4 of Wands, White House, 3 of Pentacles to look like everybody else. We are supposed to be a team or collaborative effort. Again, my major problem still is just tell them, no, I ain't wearing that. I got a bunion. I got bone spurs. I can't wear clown shoes with bone spurs. He should understand.
You should have Mitch McConnell get a pair.
Maybe he wouldn't fall so much. Every time he goes towards the ground, he can lean over like Michael Jackson in Smooth Criminal.
He would just tip over.
What you getting, Ona? Do they know?
I got the 3 of Cups. So they've at least spoken about it. They're all like having drinks at the pub, right? And they're like, these shoes.
Where everybody knows your name.
Right? Yeah. Right at that part. And then the 10 of Cups again. So there was word about that. The Page of Wands, like somebody has an idea. You know what? Kill the shoes. That's the death card. The shoe's on top of the skull.
Thank you, Torp. I get it's a little more sinister than that, because like even when they travel, they've got to take these with them because they're very anxious about the fact they're bugged and being spied on. They try to leave them behind in the White House, but for image, whenever they're at work, they're wearing them. but it's making them a target, and he's sharing the information of wherever they're going.
And it
So
looks stupid. I mean,
you
could
don't have
just
your
look
little
at it.
trackers on. He's going to share, but when you do wear them, hey, Iran, they're over here at PBS.
Do they have little shock collars in there?
I mean,
can't
Rubio shoes
They
alone
leave outside
are
the fence?
ridiculous.
Oh, maybe, huh? Wow.
What'd you get, Becca?
There's knowledge that there's an alternative to listen to the conversations and the meetings that are being had. But it's not just the shoes. There's other areas too.
That are bugged.
Phones, or it's not just the shoes.
Yeah.
So, but there's knowledge of it. And somebody
think-
wanting to listen into the conversations that are being held in private or that are classified, or that, do you see what I'm saying?
He's paranoid. It's kind of like Putin, listens in on everything and then shoves them out a window.
No, and you know what else I heard about Putin? And there's a guy that I follow on TikTok that is he's American, has his citizenship, but he was a Russian refugee. That suitcase you always see Putin walking around with, allegedly, he carries around his own poop. Because if he has any sort of illness or whatever, and anybody finds out, and you can find illness through your waste. So he carries it with him out of paranoia so that the rich people that he's kind of the boss of, that can turn on him and on a dime, so that they don't find out that he's ill or that he's sick. But allegedly that suitcase is his feces and other waste. So
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
I got one last shoe fetish question. Are we going to start seeing people like Moses Mike and Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham? We're going to start seeing them join the shoe club. This is the Trump Epstein class shoe club. We're going to see members of Congress join in the club.
Can you see the shoe? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's real 70s, like,
My dad used to wear Florsheim shoes.
Florsheim shoe with the little band on the top. Yeah, I saw that, or a picture of it. That's
Some had tassels, some were
loafer.
they wear the tie-ups. I think they have to wear the tie-ups.
Yeah, that's what's in that little icon right there. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
yeah, it kind of is a uniform thing, huh?
Just tell them no. What is wrong with you people?
I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for him to make them all start painting themselves orange.
Do they detonate these shoes?
Oh God, now you're making it sound like Inspector Gadget. Like
You're making it sound like Israel blowing up everybody's phone.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
I didn't. I still look at my phone suspiciously.
There is some level of conformity that he wants, like a pledge type of thing. You know how they do every year where we all pledge to support the same candidate type thing.
Mhm.
But there's the hangman. So he wants some sacrifice from anybody and everybody who will give it, especially as this conflict goes on and he looks more and more like the villain. He's going to want more and more people on his side. So the King of Swords and the Three of Wands, it's coming down the pike. Whatever it is, he wants some conformity. He wants some sacrifice, that type of thing. I don't know if it's going to be shoes or just a pledge of some kind, but he wants conformity. He wants
Uniform.
Eight of Swords is. He wants you to be bound to him, like the devil.
I agree. What you getting, Dr. Vicki?
Again, he wants them to like the same things he likes. He wants them to be more regimented. He's very into regimentation. He was in like military college, right? Military school.
Yeah.
I think that never really left him. And I mean, will they do it? Of course they'll do it. They'll do anything for him. Lindsey Graham, come on. He'll be clopping around like he's in his Mima shoes again.
I'm waiting for Lindsey Graham to show up in his house dress to Congress.
With some Trump slippers.
Uh-huh. And curls, what do you call those things? Those rollers in his hair?
The rollers in his hair.
You can buy those with some Johnny Bucks.
It's almost out of,
What you get, Nona? More people gonna wear these?
I do. I have, I know I respect that your channel may not, or YouTube, but this is the forced entry.
Ooh.
Conformity, Jenny. When you said that, I'm
It
like,
is-
that's a perfect word for this card. It's happening.
Submission and conformity.
Oh my God, it's that card again.
Conformity. Like
The flower pusher.
no, the death card again. The death card keeps coming up. It's like they're, I swear they detonate. And this would be the moon card or comparable. It's 718. And these little creatures are like eviscerating this guy like he betrayed them. Right?
Oh.
Those cards crack me up so hard.
I get they're waiting on their balance sizes to come in. So they're like making excuses. But yes, they will do it. To Ona's point, there could be little exploding devices in them that make them a little bit nervous. They're talking about that Trump would do something like that. But I get, yes, the Republican Party would support this. They're trying to figure out something new for the women.
Oh,
So they can't figure out what to get the women to wear.
they have it in the lip injection.
Yeah, the Mar-a-Lago face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
think
want
the-
women in high-heeled florsums, probably.
Mhm.
They probably want the women wearing less.
Boo.
Yeah. What'd
I
you
get-
get, Becca?
The sun, the snake, the moon.
Except maybe for Susie. Maybe for Susie.
The sun, snake, moon. They'll betray themselves for false propaganda, which is all it is.
Yeah.
It's propaganda, but they're well aware that they're participating in the propaganda. So it's a betrayal of self and a betrayal of others, if that makes sense. So
I mean,
That's-
symbolically, it's very powerful. I mean, he's actually giving them the shoes to wear, and they're going to march themselves right into jail, is what they're going to do, because they're completely committed to him.
That shows to the extent that they're committed.
I
You
mean,
will walk around in discomfort before you tell him no.
but this is, it's like they have absolutely zero autonomy. None.
They don't want
And
it.
they look at that guy and they know he's a piece of shit. They know he's an idiot. They know he's a liar. They know he's a traitor. They know he's a criminal. They know he's a pedophile. They know all these things, and they're like,
Okay.
okay, you know.
But he's their pedophile.
He's theirs.
He's
He's
there.
paying.
Papa's home.
Mhm.
Daddy's home. He likes being called daddy. It's
But the thing is, they all hate him, though. That's that's
he
what I
hated
don't-
his father. He hated his father. You think he expects
He's useful. He's the Sharpie.
he
hate him. They hate him, and they're just. I don't understand it.
Wait till they have to start wearing diapers like him. Thank you, SW.
Well, they did wear maxi pads on their ears, so
I mean, come on.
is anything else?
That was
Up
so
for-
stupid. Oh, I could
Lindsay
just-
wears a diaper, but I think it's more of a role play thing.
No, I think it might be. I think at this point in his life, it's a necessity, Johnny.
like
As
Like
a doctor,
Bree?
I can say that.
like briefs. Yeah, first of all the old men are wearing the diapers. Not all the little ladies are wearing the diapers. Okay.
Your favorite person, Mitch McConnell's wearing diapers, Johnny.
For sure.
Lord have mercy.
So
100%.
Scott Bessett, our Secretary of Treasury, was in an interview. I can't remember what channel, if it was CNN or Fox or who. He was in an interview, and he was pulled mid-interview by Trump to go to the Situation Room. When he returned to the interview, like an hour and a half later, he was like visibly shaken. He looked ghost white, stumbling over his words. Everybody noticed like something shook him up when he went into the Situation Room and then came back. So what did he find out in the Situation Room? What did Scott Bessent learn?
Ooh. Hmm.
It's something about death, but everybody needs to be on the same page as far as message goes. And the message is not about death. The message is about growth and economy. And it's a lie, but that's the message. That we have to tout how excellent we're doing in other areas, but there's the potential of some sort of strike or something like that. But everything that they need to talk about, the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Swords, is a lie. So it's part of an agenda. The Word of Warning, the Three of Cups, which is your growth. 10 of Pentacles, which would be your financial growth. So we have to be on same message, on the same page, but there is something around Five of Cups and the Empress. Massive amounts of grief and loss, that type of thing. And then Strength and the Temperance and the Hangman. There's also the possibility of little people that were caught up in the middle of all that with the Six of Cups. And so there's a message that we have to stay on message or stay on topic about growth of the nation, grocery prices, gas prices, that type of thing.
Economy related. What you getting, Dr. Vicki?
Well, something is definitely, this is at the root of the thing. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So there's been a change. There's been a shift. I feel like it starts with the Three of Pentacles and then crossed by the Wish card. So the rich people got their wish and now everything is turning around. I think the economy is, I mean, I don't know why he didn't see it, right? He should have known that was going to happen. They've been trying to manipulate things with the Magician, but the immediate future is the Five of Cups. So there's loss. They can't fix whatever's broken. There's a fox in the hen house. They know that we don't trust them. And there's a trial coming. A temperance in the domestic situation says to me, the people are coming for them. Hopes and fears. I get the Eight of Cups. So it sort of started like this, right? And then this is what it is now. And then I get the Six of Pentacles and the Empress. So I don't know if there's some money connection to Russia with him specifically. So they might have said, you got to do something. Otherwise, we're going to, show you what your connections are, financial connections to Russia, to Essen specifically, like blackmailing him. That's what that looks like to me. I have no idea if I'm right, though.
I have a quick question. Since this war broke out in the Strait of Hormuz is non-operational for the U.S. and Israel, what's the gas prices been like for you guys? Because here in California, our gas prices are expensive already, but we're, I think at $6, I just filled up my car yesterday, $75. $75 for my 2016.
Yeah, they're touting, they're saying now, oh, the prices will come down in 3 weeks, but yeah, no, everybody's gas prices have gone up.
I have seen pictures of areas in LA where it's $8, over $8. Some places over 10. You can't. How are you going to put gas in your damn car? No. $4.50 there, Mom. Yeah, it's like, I think I have to check my receipt. I left it in my car. It was $5.65 for the cheap stuff. For the 87.
Yeah.
$5.65.
What'd you get, Ona? What did Scott Bessent learn?
He basically said he would pull the plug if he continued on with this kind of talk. So velocity of Earth, right? That would be the Knight of Pentacles. But kind of like pulled him out. And then the Two of Swords. So he's in a place where he doesn't know if he should be honest or just fall in line, right? Nine of Earth. Maybe these are promises. Eight of Earth is the next one, and then Nine of Fire. So that's the high anxiety. I don't know what he witnessed, and then the Emperor there. So I'm sorry, sovereignty of air, the King of Swords.
That could be Putin.
Maybe, yeah.
He's a Libra.
Maybe. So it could be that he got threatened that they would like discontinue him.
What was he talking about? Do you know, Jen? Before they pulled him
in the
out?
interview, the economy, how he's always like, oh, the economy's great and blah blah blah.
Oh. The usual.
I can't remember what they were talking about when he came back. I just remember how shaky his voice sounded and how ghost white he seemed, and it was almost like he couldn't put a sentence together. What'd you get, Becca?
Let's see it.
I did a double line of 5, so it's a little bit extensive. But that meeting was about a foreign ally. They may have talked to some sort of an ambassador or somebody higher up, a general, something. It's a high up person, and that person is very, very, very nervous, like shit in their pants. Mice nervous. The bottom row is trying to find a new direction to get out of this successfully because they need to find several alternatives to get out, like an exit. And there was a woman there. I don't know who this would be, if it would be like a Tulsi Gabbard or another cabinet member. I don't know, but she's got the mice crowning her, meaning she's crapping her pants, like an oh shit moment. Rockets, missiles, bombs with the ship and stars. I don't know. This was in reference to a ship being bombed. A ship that was en route that was delivering something that was bombed. There was a lot of talks about how vast the networks are, how widespread and where the channels are, but there's something with the ship and stars where it's like there was a serious conversation about a ship being bombed. I don't know what that is. Allies in the network, who can you trust within the network? A lot of conversation about business. There was conversation also there about the military, sending military, Lilies and Crossroads. What alternatives, what options do we have? How many can we put on the ground? But there was a woman there that was crapping her pants. I can see very clearly one woman in particular of a senior position, but she was nervous. There was another one there, younger, maybe. The woman that was nervous has two different colors in her hair. There's something distinctive about her.
That's Tulsi. She has a skunk. She looks like a skunk, right?
Okay, because it's Crossroads woman, and then she's crowned by mice. And then there's two prominent men there, the Lilies and the Fish. I don't know who the Lilies is, and I don't know who the Fish is. I don't know if it was Marco Rubio or Stephen Mill. I have no idea. But they're in a pickle. But what I'm seeing very clearly is a ship that was bombed or targeted. So I haven't been watching the news, so I don't know if he's bombed another ship or we've had shipped bombs or ships that were bombed. I don't know. But that's what I'm seeing. So
I get he was definitely bullied about something. So, the plans have just broken out into chaos. Something about the bombing. Refugees, the people that are left out in the cold, the refugees trying to flee. Definitely talking about, all the positive things with the Republicans, the economy, the this, the that, be supportive, blah, 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 while everything overseas is just gaslighting from the White House and retaining power. There was something that was highlighted that I get really burdened the cabinet. And that's something for a school that was targeted. Now, this weekend, it just came out that HEDSEP, they had advisors that told them how to minimize casualties of the regular population, non-military, and he fired them last spring. So, his whole thing was be lethal. So you go after schools, go after hospitals, kill as many people as you can.
I have a question. I saw in the chat just a minute ago that you were saying I missed the name. Someone said that there was talks that one of our ships was.
One of our ships was threatened. I don't know if they've done it, but yes.
They were saying that they were bombed.
We did have a refueling plane that crashed and 6 service members lost.
I'm not sure we're going to find out, though, right? They're not probably going to tell us until they have something.
Oh, Vicki, I can guarantee you this. They're saying we've lost only 7 service members. I'm supposed to believe that when Iran has been bombing every military base in the region, and I'm supposed to believe we've only lost 7? I mean, I might be stupid, but I ain't that stupid.
Yeah, no, none of that's truth.
Because I saw that overseas they're reporting over 155 or something like that dead military members, and you have to go to a foreign source to get information because corporate media here is not telling us shit. So.
Well, we would get mad, right? And we would say no more of this. That's why they don't say anything to us.
So let's look at the big.
Well, Fox News did apologize
for what?
For taking his
for which lie?
In that for taking his hat off in that thing.
Oh,
that
video. Yeah.
So let's look at the big elephant in the room. Is Netanyahu unalive? There's all these videos that are out there where they're trying to show proof of life, but they're AI generated. So, like, he's got 6 fingers, or like when he's talking, he has teeth in the front, and the ones on the sides keep disappearing, which is an AI glitch as he's talking. His nose does not look like his nose. It looks more like a pointy, sharper nose. His head looks flat. His pocket's doing funny things. All these videos look AI generated. So is he in hiding or is he unalive?
Can I go really quick because I have to feed Braxy?
Yeah.
It's just propaganda it's propaganda. I'll be back.
Okay.
Again, he's alive. The Empress. For now.
He is hiding though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Empress alive. His image of him working, is kind of false. He's in hiding. He's isolated somewhere and in hiding. He does have a target on him, but they're trying to figure out where to move him to. What you getting, Vicki? Live or dead?
I got he's on his way to heaven. Look at him. He's in the sky there, galloping to heaven. They're not letting us know. They're sort of, he might be injured. He might be gravely injured, actually. I don't know. But somebody's very happy. Somebody's having a party underneath it. I think that, we don't really know what people think of this stuff because everything is propagandized. And just the way we're kept from things, people in Israel are kept from things. They say something, can we really believe them?
Right.
But I did get, in the immediate future, I did get justice. So even if he's alive, I don't think he's going to be alive very, very long. And at the end, I got the Wheel of Fortune. So his life as he knows it is over. He did what he did, his big job. He attacked Iran. That's what he always wanted to do. He got what he wanted to get, and now he's done. He's done. So even if he's alive, he's not really alive.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
That was the first card I pulled, was the Chariot.
Yeah.
So he's like maybe on the move kind of
Yeah,
thing.
traveling maybe with a nurse and a doctor.
Four Cups. So a double. I don't want to say body double. I don't really believe that kind of thing, but well, like you said, Jen, we're seeing something that is a mirror. Maybe.
Yeah, it's AI generated.
And then I also got the 3 of Cups. So I would say, yes, this would mean that he's got circulation going there.
He's got shoes that are too big.
Maybe. And then date 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then the 10 of Pentacles. That also shows like people talking. There's just a dark background, like protecting him. Somebody is going to betray him.
Is it a crying baby?
Well, I can guess who that might be.
The toddler in chief.
Betray him. Somebody's
Exactly.
The big baby Trump balloon.
Mm-hmm.
So they're investigating Zorro Ranch. They are searching for victims unalived. Will they find evidence at Zorro Ranch of victims being unalived? little bit of dark topics tonight, guys. We're trying to make it a little light and fun, but it's hard on some of these darker topics.
What isn't dark? I know. My brain is crazy. I got you.
Ooh.
I
Ooh.
personally hope they've taken the forensic experts from the Tennessee body farm, because they know how to tell if a body was ever there, even if it was moved. They can tell from the soil if there was ever a body in it.
Yep.
And isn't it the state that's taking on the investigation?
Yeah, state of New Mexico.
State of New Mexico, right?
Yeah, because the under Trump in his first term, they shut down the federal investigation of Zorro Ranch after Epstein supposedly unalived himself.
Oh, these cards.
Truth needs to come out. If you're not familiar with the Tennessee body farm, it's run through the University of Tennessee, which is where I went to college, actually, in Knoxville, Tennessee. Read up on it. They advise everything from TV shows like Forensic Files. They get involved in all kinds of murder investigations.
They study decay.
They study decay. It's a body farm. They put people in the trunks of cars or buried shallowly, buried over here in a deep grave, buried in swampy areas versus dry areas. They study decay.
And decomposition. Nice. I know.
It's fascinating to me. You can actually leave your body to science there, and they will watch you rot over time. Thank you, Christy.
I get yes. I did this the other day. I got yes there too. There's the moon. There's the Three of Cups. So multiple. And then there's the Three of Swords. And then there's the Ten of Swords. And so, yes, Ten of Swords would be death and murder for me. And then Three of Swords would be betrayal as well. But it's more so possibly separation. So somebody could have been moved, because betrayal doesn't really come from your enemies or people who are out to get you. So this is possibly something being moved, because the moon is trying to hide something. And so I get, yes, there will be evidence.
I mean, it's hard because Zorro Ranch is how many acres? It's huge. Like, I say like 23,000 acres or something crazy. What you getting, Vicki? They gonna find anyone?
Yeah, they're going to find a lot, according to these cards. Anyway, now, I haven't really followed it, so I know a little bit, but not really. So first we start with justice. So justice is coming, okay? Abuse of power, right? The Five of Wands. We get judgment rising from the dead at the root. In the past, we have the Tower. The Six of Pentacles, they're going to follow the money, because a lot of people, I think, were probably had to sign those, and there was something with the Epstein money, if you could prove that you were a victim, right? Then I have this poor girl with her broken heart lying, well, I guess it could be a grave. Then I get children. There were children involved, not just the children that they abused, but their children. The domestic situation, the Ten of Swords. So it's over. It's done. It's in the past. It's no longer happening there. Hopes and fears for healing. And then you get a whole bunch of cards that look like, well, there's going to be a celebration. I think these are the Epstein victims. Then I get like all these pictures are of like girls, and young girls actually, in tied up, drugged, destitute, no options. Really, really bad stuff happened there, and they're going to find out. It's all going to come out. I think Zorro Ranch is going to be a real gold mine, unfortunately, for finding
Yeah, I think more evil happened there than
Yes.
at his Palm Beach estate and even Epstein Island. To
Yes.
me, it's out there, all
In
those
the
acres.
desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you getting? What you getting, Ona?
I got the Seven of Pentacles. So, right, if I were going to pull one card for that question, are they going to find any evidence? It's see this the chicken ranch there, and it's Seven of Pentacles, and this is somebody who's watching, sort of like over everything, right? The King of Swords, and then this is the Nine of Wands, but I think what's most important is that they're removing stuff. They're removing from. So it's the King of Swords may be asking for it to be removed. And then the Seven of Swords, trying to get away with something. It actually has a name on here, Kavanaugh. And we know he's a sex offender.
Oh, wow. Wow. Johnny, I think you looked at this and you're, wow.
They got a deal. They got a deal.
It's interesting that Kavanaugh's name's on that. I think you did this in your live stream last night, didn't you?
Yes. I also, because I got, is anybody still, I asked, is anybody still there? Like, is there any spirits wandering around? And I think Epstein will be, but I asked just now what is the spiritual energy of Zorro Ranch? And I pulled.
Well, hang on 1 second. Let me get what I was getting on the original question, then we'll let you do that, because I get, yes, they will, in especially on hills, higher ground, hillsides. There's a lot of them, and the Republicans are not going to accept this, but it's going to take a little bit of time for this to come out. They're going to have to investigate who these people are, because a lot of them were like runaways and stuff like that, so trying to figure out who they are is going to take time, and a lot of work in the courts also. So I do think that the women ultimately who are victims, and if they can figure out who passed and who's the family of them, may also have some, to Vicky's point, court cases over this. But yes, there's hangman on the bottom. That this is going to take some time, but that's also a card of sacrifice.
That money was supposed to go to them, the Epstein victims, the sale of all this.
And I remember in your video from last night, Johnny, and if y'all haven't watched it, go watch it. You had the Seven of Pentacles, which is the harvest card, which is putting something in the ground, So I thought it was interesting when you had that card. So what'd you read on tonight?
I was just curious of like the spiritual energy up there. Since we're kind of getting that there will find something, so I kind of wonder what's going on around there. These cards I never get anything from, because they don't have like keywords to them, and there's no book. They're just kind of flowery and pretty type of thing, but I don't ever get messages from. But the woman who makes this, she actually goes to areas and tries to clear the energy of and cross people over and that type of thing. So I just gave it a what the hey and pulled one card, spiritual energy, and I got that.
Oh,
babies.
So there's somebody there possibly doing some sort of help or work. Maybe they'll assist the people who are there. And I talk all the trash in the world about this deck, and then I finally get some kind of message out of it. So
wow.
There is that. So we'll see.
Is Trump afraid of what they're going to find at Zorro Ranch? Because he's in the Epstein files directly connected in with Zorro Ranch. Is he afraid? By the way, it also validates a lot of what Sasha Riley said, for those who watched the Sasha Riley tapes.
When you asked the question, my stomach turned, and it's still turning. It's really very, very bad. I don't usually react like that, but it's not good.
We know that a lot of these young girls did have babies. We know some of these young girls were unalived. That's in the Epstein files, so it all needs to come out, and it goes back, into the late 80s, early 90s. It goes back further, I think, than what people realize.
Is he worried? 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. But
Yo.
I think though, because I get the Page of Swords too, and I get the 6 of Cups, which is the youth. But I really think this is more so not because they found something and they're taking it to him, because he thinks all of this is about him. And he has to interject himself as the victim in all of these stories. But, as they say, the guilty heart needs no accuser. So anytime anybody says anything about Epstein, he's worried because he knows what he did last summer, type of thing. So is he worried? Yes. Will the evidence found there affect him? I also think yes. So we'll see.
I keep thinking about Trump's comment about, he doesn't think he's going to get into heaven, but he had a good time with all these underage girls. He had a good time.
Did he say he had a good time?
Yeah, he had a good time. He had a good time. He didn't say with underage girls. He just said when he thought he wouldn't get into heaven that he added the comment, but I had a good time. Like, that's all that mattered to him. What you getting, Vicki? Is Trump nervous?
Start with the Chariot again. How about that? Fast? Yeah, he's nervous. Daddy's home, Father of Cups. Underneath it all is the 8 of Cups. The first time I read on Trump ever, this was the outcome. This was the outcome. So this might be the thing. I feel like he feels like he's nervous about it, but it's in back of mind because I think he assumes he's the president of the world now, so it doesn't really matter and he can just rub things away. But that's not true. He can't do that. But he may not live long enough to suffer any of the consequences of this. So that could also be why he doesn't, he's like not too worried about it. But he thinks about it a lot. He thinks about it a lot. Yeah. That's what I got.
Getting Ona.
Yeah, there's a concern. This is the same deck, and you know that stack of hay she was carrying away? See the little, see him sitting on top of that stack of hay, like on top of the evidence? There's concern. That's the ace.
That stack of hay is growing.
Yeah, the Page of Pentacles, justice.
Justice, yeah.
Right? And then the Ace of Swords. Yeah, she's worried.
Did you pull cards on this, Becca?
Mm-hmm. The Anchor, the Mountain, and Bouquet. There's a level, I think that he has a certain level of confidence that he will be able to achieve some sort of obstruction or delay. Like he'll be able to block something some way, even though it's being done by the local authorities, not the feds. But there's a level of confidence there, like I can stop this or try to stop it. But yes, he is worried because it ends in Bouquet. He is worried, but there's also a level of confidence that he can obstruct in some way.
Get that too, because he's not going to accept whatever they find. He feels like he's going to be trapped in it, but he's very smug about it because he knows he's got the DOJ on his side. He'll turn his back to whatever evidence they come up with, or he'll twist it around the media. But he had a good time. He had a good time.
Can he do that?
Offer messages of healing, thoughts and prayers, that kind of thing. He may use it to draw, do something to draw more attention to himself, to try to elevate his position. So he's gonna twist it around.
Can he do that?
He can do anything.
Even though the investigation is being done by local authorities, can he dispatch the FBI and try to take jurisdiction?
He can do anything.
Do you see what I'm saying though? Because
it was the FBI that got shut down the first time. The feds, when they were investigating at the state level, they said, "Oh, the feds are taking it over," and then they shut it down.
See what I'm saying? So it's like with the anchor, the mountain, and the bouquet, it's almost like he's very confident that he can stop this. That's
because he has before. Because he has before.
I didn't know that he had before. I was not aware of that.
Right after Epstein passed, like the next year when they were investigating it, he had the feds shut it down. So thank you, Carolyn.
Oh, I see. Cindy is saying that the judge approved New Mexico to take it over from the FBI. But I'm just saying that I see that he
feels confident. Well, let's ask. Will he be able to get it shut down? Let's ask that.
The reading I did the other day said someone is coming to save him. I don't know who, but
the Grim Reaper is going to come.
He's got plenty of people
Jesus
that can manipulate a lot of things.
What is the question?
Will Trump be able to shut down the investigation of Zorro Ranch or the findings from Zorro Ranch? Hey, if it leaks out that they found evidence of bodies? There's no shutting it down.
Well, see, I think the question maybe should be if the investigation targets him, will he be able to shut it down? Because if somebody else goes down, he doesn't care about that part.
Yeah. So if it ties into him. Well, there's already evidence in the Epstein files that ties into him at Zorro Ranch of abuse and unaliving.
Well, all those documents that from the 302s or whatever they're called, from that girl that was a minor at the time that directly implicated him, that the DOJ hid, finally came out. The interviews that they did with that girl,
Yeah.
I get 5 of Cups, regret the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, King of Wands, somebody will block it. Interestingly enough, this it's not accurate as far as like the pictures go, but this is supposed to be a tarot deck layered with Lenormand cards. So there's the fox, the snake, and the cross. And so you got your investigation, lies, and suffering. And so somebody with the King of Wands will intervene upon his behalf should it come in his direction. At the very least, they could keep it contained with the 4 of Pentacles to whoever else is involved.
I mean, to me, that's the whole reason that guy that's running in Texas for controller bought Zorro Ranch, is to hide stuff for everybody.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So to me, he's implicated somehow. What you getting, Dr. Vicki?
Well, I pulled a Mystic Sister card because the Mystic Sisters are here. And this is the card I got.
What's it say?
Persephone.
Oh,
You see all the skulls?
She's kind of a whistleblower.
Right? Okay. And so then I picked some cards. I got the Page of Wands. There's a nice young girl. Then I got the King of Pentacles, which could either be Trump or Epstein, right? Because he was a billionaire. Then here's another girl looking out the window saying, how the hell do I get out of here? Then I get the Devil. And then our favorite card, the Chariot. So I think he's in trouble, but I still don't think he's going to live long enough to be held accountable. But I don't really think that's what it's about for him. I think he's here just to prick the bubble so we can see the pus that's coming out. And this is some of the pus that was going on at Zero Ranch.
It's already creeping out of his neck.
Well, I mean, honestly, well, somebody who cares so much about how he looks, it looks ridiculous, but like that's good. That's like, I actually had a friend whose mother was very into how everything looked, and she ended up dying of a disease that like actually ate away her skin. Like she died like all deformed because she was so like into like how it looked on the outside and not
Vanity.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yeah.
Picture of Dorian Gray. What are you getting, Ona?
He's trying to control it. Look, this is the Four of Pentacles, but look.
Ugh. Yeah, Daddy with the two girls, eh?
Holding him like that, holding him back. But one of them gets loose. Something will leak. The Knight of Pentacles, there's evidence. There's something that is flying out of there, right? The Lovers card, so
Gemini.
they've got a choice to make. It's a secret. This is hard when you have to rat out somebody that big. You need to protect yourself.
Yeah.
They might have to do it after he's dead.
Yeah.
I get the truth comes out, like he can't stop it. Loser Trump, trying to work together with people to get away with working with Republicans. But it's like, no, once the death comes out, that's burdening. Now he's going to stupidly gaslight about the women, and in his twisted head, he thinks it makes him look stronger. I'm stronger than them. I'm stronger than these weak little women. It may be the thing that sends him away. So,
I mean, he did say he was exonerated.
Yeah, he's gonna twist it around. What'd you get, Becca?
There's going to be ketchup flying across the walls and McDonald's and clunker shoes that are 10 sizes too big and everything else. He's probably going to call people at the state level and just abuse the crap out of them, like to try to.
Like he did Georgia during the election.
Yeah, but nothing comes of it. But yeah, there's ketchup and shoes flying. So I'm just saying.
Satan, come get your kids, please. Thank you.
I know, right?
So, who's putting more pressure on Trump, Netanyahu or Putin?
Oh, Lord.
This is a Jen Lynn Tarot question.
I like that question.
Who's putting more pressure on Trump, Netanyahu, Putin?
I know Putin's a Libra. They're all air signs, right? And Netanyahu's a Gemini, also an air sign.
He's a Libra. He's
Really?
a double Libra. Yeah, Sun, Moon, Libra.
Okay.
And the moon, and I think Putin's moon is in Gemini.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Double air sign.
If I remember correctly, yeah. It's got a lot of Libra too. It's not just the sun. He has Saturn and Neptune and the sun all in Libra.
Isn't that weird though? Saturn is supposed to be exalted in Libra, and he is the
He's the
worst.
king of the world.
Well, Libra is sometimes an archetype of extreme. It's not always about like the balance. It's like they can be on, the balance can be on like this, right?
Yeah. That's probably why I've never been fated to be a world leader, because I would round all these mofos up and You're
Well,
dead.
sometimes
You're dead. You're dead. You're like, I was-
sometimes the Libra feels like they have to take the opposite point to balance things out. So if they're like super, cruddy, you're going to be on the other side of that. I'm going to take care of that crud.
Justice seeks balance.
That's right. That's right. And sometimes it comes suddenly.
Hmm. I think Putin. And I did the runes first, and oddly enough, I get the same. I get Onsus and then Onsus reversed. Onsus is wisdom. This is the god rune, if you will, or the rune of Odin. And then I get it reversed, which is less wisdom, or a person who is foolish. And then Ahwas, which is death. And so there is the 9 of swords and the 10 of cups. The one who has the most power over him would be the person with the sword. That's Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, I think, also has a lot of influence on Netanyahu. And so he kind of puppet strings for both of them, the wisdom and the foolish. He's their Hitler.
What you getting, Vicky?
Well, I picked 3 and 3. So my 3 cards for Netanyahu is the Fool, apt. The 8 of Wands, lots of missiles, and then the King of Cups. And then for Putin, I got the 8 of Pentacles, which always seems to me like paying your taxes. I don't know. So there's money involved with Putin. The 7 of Swords, trying to get away with something, but like I think Putin has the real what do you call on him, right? And then the Knight of Cups, which is like, and I was listening to Johnny the other night talking about the Knight of Cups actually being a death
The death card.
card associated with death. And white horses are usually indicative of death anyway. Yep. So I'd say Putin because he rides the horse of death. And I don't know how cognizant the other guy is.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them is underwater. That's what I get. I got the soldier for Netanyahu, soldier of water. He's underwater.
If he was burned up, if he got burned, isn't that like one of the things that happens with burn victims? Is they get like that pneumonia and they're like, because they have no skin,
They usually get really bad infections because their immune system's all burned off. Like they have no
protection.
way of preventing infection. Yeah. And then for Putin, I got this is why I think looks like him, right? The librarian there.
It does look like him.
Yeah, right.
Drag.
And standing up and having content. And Netanyahu's kind of underwater. The sun in the middle, the kitten, okay, that naive little kitten in the middle. Netanyahu comes up with some kind of burnt plan. So he's reaching out from the water and he said, look, I've got a plan for you. And Putin has dinner. Like this would be the 9 of Pentacles or 9 of Earth. He's the one that has the better edge.
The goods.
Evidence too, sure. Yeah.
You getting, Becca?
the writer, the house, the ship where he visits, where he has properties abroad. The president of Puerto Rico. Okay, I'm just going to put it that way. So, because this guy is so gone that he would probably be on the phone with Putin and call him Netanyahu and vice versa. Like he's just, like he's gone. But I think it's where he visits for properties. That's the person that, you know.
Does he have properties in Israel?
No, I don't think so. So far, no. I think the deal is between BB and Kushner and him is that when they level Gaza, turn that all into Trump property. You know,
Right.
So I think that's the deal, but I could be mistaken.
I get Putin. It's like the one that has stuff on romance with him. So PP tapes, all that. Putin, I get, has done unaliving threats of his family, of Trump's family, through maybe poisoning something liquid. And he knows how to manipulate him and control him because he's stupid and naive. Netanyahu, like, he knows how to stir up chaos and stuff, but he's ultimately, like, he gets Republicans to betray and be disloyal to our country, but he doesn't have as much power as Putin. Putin's got serious threats on him, is what I'm getting. That he takes a little more seriously.
Want some tea?
Put it in his Diet Coke. I don't think he drinks tea, Johnny.
He'll drink that day.
We will wait.
Put it in his double Big Mac with his Diet Coke and his fries and
Yeah, so I mean, I was reminded of it. Not that it happened a long time ago, but you feed the Olympic team McDonald's.
Yep.
He really?
Are you?
Yes. Well, Johnny, remember his first term? It was his first term. I think it was like whoever won the Super. I forget who it was.
His football players.
The same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
That is so tacky.
I mean, dude, you could have at least leveled up a little bit and gone to Burger King. Not
He has no taste, literally and figuratively. You know, he's the junk food king. He wouldn't know a decent meal if it hit him in the face.
No,
how that man is not type 2 diabetic, I will never understand.
he's got to be
Oh, he
type
is.
92 diabetic. It's like
Yeah.
how, I mean, your idea of a good meal is McDonald's.
And this is
mean,
the part that I don't understand. Somebody explain it to me like I'm stupid. I'll take a number 7, a number 12, a number 14, supersize everything, but with a side of Diet Coke.
because they're watching the calories.
because his pancreas doesn't want to get that tired.
I just make it make sense. Come on, man.
Well, Diet Coke is very addictive. You can get addicted to Diet
I
Coke.
don't like the taste of Diet Coke.
Yeah, you don't like it, and then you get addicted to it, and then you drink it all the time. It's happened to me. I don't drink any soda anymore, but there was a time. Yeah, it's very easy. It's very addictive, and it shuts off the part of your brain that tells you that you're full.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tova Noel, the guard that was on duty when Epstein mysteriously unalived himself for entertainment purposes, only YouTube. She's being questioned by the House Oversight Committee this coming up, I think this week or maybe next week. I don't think they've set the firm date yet. But anyway, will we learn anything from Tova Noel?
Let's hope she makes it to court, eh?
Yeah. Tova Noel gets the little wire transfers helping pay for it. There were transactions that went to some of these guards. They also Googled who Epstein was right before. Oh, well, to be honest, will we learn anything?
She's going to do herself a mischief because she's going to lie under oath. And this drags this out. Well, she still has time to maybe not, because forewarned is forearmed. Not that she's listening, but she's going to draw this out and be called back and forth. And then it's just going to make a bigger deal out of something that she could have. I don't know what she could have done. If you need a reading, jinlintarot.com, Tova. There is burden around payments, 6 of Pentacles being paid out, that type of thing. There's burden around that because one of her payments was $5,000 which was flagged by her bank because she never got that type of thing before. Now, mind you, it was automatically flagged, so it's not like an individual saw it, but it's now part of the story. There is the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. She's trying to escape something. And Hierophant, some older man or some government involvement. And so I think she goes in and she lies, but this is going to make her life a lot more complicated than it needed to be.
Why do you send these messy people to me? Last night you sent Nicki Minaj to me.
Because you're a healer, Jen.
As I'm an Aries, I'm going to tell it like it is in a reading. What you getting, Vicky?
I don't think she's gonna stay around very long. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So I start with the Four of Cups. So I'm not listening. I didn't see a thing. I'm not listening. And crossed by the Four of Cups. I mean the Four of Wands. Maybe like, oh, now she's got money so she can party. All right. Underneath it is a secret. Right? The secret, she knows the secret. In the sky, she's burdened. In the immediate future, I get the Empress. So maybe somebody asks somebody to do them a favor and somebody gives her a Diet Coke or something. Because at the end,
Yeah.
the Ten of Swords. So she's done one way or the other. So it's possible she could lie and then they take her out. Or if she tells the truth, they'll still take her out. Like that kind of thing. I don't think she's safe. Let's put it that way.
What you getting, Ona?
Well, she's in court. Is it possible she's going to court there? Is it possible for her? I'm not sure. She's just going in front of the committee. Can she plead the fifth?
Yes.
She's gonna
Okay.
see her all like with her ball gag there like that. Five of Fire. So it's just going to be a lot of battling like that, you know. Seven of Fire, targeting her with questions, but she's going to plead the fifth a lot. And then I get like, this is the Four of Earth, but this gal looks happy. She's not going to give up everything they need.
What you getting, Becca?
The Scythe, the Tower, the Birds. If she makes it to the hearing, and I said if because it starts with the Scythe. So I don't know if DOJ here with the Tower is going to try some fuckery at the last minute to try to whatever. But the Scythe is talking about a rupture, something that happens very quickly, a rupture or some sort of a target, isolation and bureaucracy, and then talking, singing, meeting, whatever. If she shows up, I don't recall I plead the fifth. I don't recall I plead the fifth. I don't recall I plead the fifth. That's all you're going to hear. If she makes it there, because this is showing a rupture. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know if DOJ can intervene or try to put a stop to it, or some bull crap that this is an ongoing investigation, even though it's all a big conspiracy and it's a hoax, and yet they've told every lie in the book, you know. But that's what I'm getting.
Because I get as she's on her way, an action of strength that could take her out. So she's trapped and constricted. So yeah, she's going to pull that. I don't recall. A lot of indecision. I don't recall. Create chaos around the leader. That'd be Trump.
What I don't understand is, can't they just, if she got a huge deposit like that, can't they just subpoena the bank and see who deposited the money and trace it that way?
Trace it back.
Unless it was cash.
She's going to have all new problems if she does make it there. all new problems.
But even if you make a cash deposit into someone else's account, you still have to fill out.
No, it was a wire transfer of some kind because it was automatically flagged.
So technically, the bank and financial institutions can ultimately, with a court order, trace that back.
Mhm.
Yeah. Even if it's going from, you know, LLC to LLC to LLC to her, you know, there's going to be a paper trail somewhere.
Because right now she's not accused of any wrongdoing. She just got, it's very suspicious is all it is, because she got all of these different deposits and then she got one big giant one, which was 5,000. All the rest of them were like, here's 200, here's 100, here's a 150, but she kept getting a bunch of them and then one big giant one. And then they start Googling who's Epstein and all this type of stuff. And so now it just looks suspicious, but she's going to make her life worse if she doesn't just cooperate. But
And here's the other thing, the other part of that, Johnny, besides the little chunks of money and the big one and then the Googling, how convenient, because it's not suspicious at all, that the night that he unalived himself, the cameras were down.
Oh,
There
my
was no footage.
God.
The people were asleep. Like, I mean, this is worse than Scooby-Doo. You know, like...
Yeah, it's such a pile of crap. I can't believe that they would think that anybody would believe that. That's not even...
No, I mean, whoever is writing the script is really
insulting.
stupid.
It's
Is
insulting.
really stupid.
Who was she being questioned by? Is
The
it,
House Oversight Committee.
is it Comer?
Uh,
Is it-
I think that's Comer. Yeah, has been doing all the Epstein
oh,
questioning.
yeah. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Doing a great job.
yes,
'Cause
James Comer is the head of the House Oversight Committee.
Because Jim
Sure.
Shorts is over one of the other committees that's been doing a lot of.
The Judicial Committee. He's not even an effing lawyer.
Yeah.
And his key focus as chairman is investigating Jeffrey Epstein's estate.
Mhm. On top of Hillary Clinton and everybody else for the show. Mhm.
Jesus Christian.
So is this Iran war going to drag on, or is it going to end pretty quickly? Let's say like within the next month.
He said 10 days, didn't he?
He said 5 days. He's extended it now. Now he's asked for help, even though the war's over and we pulverize them. But now he wants to put boots on the ground.
It's on the ground.
Like, it's not over.
Does he want the military to wear clown shoes too?
Yeah. Is this going to drag on past the midterms?
Yes, it goes on. Let's say, for instance, you flatten all of Iraq right now, all of it. It still goes on because this gives birth to something else and something else and something else. It's always a conflict with somebody. Before it was Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda graduated to ISIS, and ISIS graduated to this thing and that thing and that thing and that thing. They always name something new so that you can keep those contracts going. 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. You will be burdened by those in particular contracts and money and things of that nature. So this is not even about trying to undo horrible regimes. People are profiting literally off of this thing. And so it'll go until probably next spring, and then it'll be something else after that.
Until they can make as much money out of it as they can.
Much money as they can.
Government contracts, all of that.
How could they be making money if we're not getting oil out of to operate all these?
Well, all the companies that have contracts with the Pentagon and stuff, they're making bukus.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the lobstermen are making a lot of money from the Pentagon.
Lobstermen and crab leg men are making a lot of money.
I'm getting that contracts end. So how are you going to fund a war when your ass is broke?
Yeah,
Who are you going to get, the billionaires to fund it? Because we're strapped for cash over here. The rest of us are. Now gas prices, we can't even afford to put gas in our car to get to work. You know, I get that contracts come to an end. This goes way past the midterms. This ain't going to be over in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, kind of like his infrastructure week for 4 years. And then the concepts of a plan for healthcare, that he still has concepts of a plan. I get that contracts come to an end, they shut off, they close, and this is a widespread disaster. And it's not just here, it's going to be everywhere, which it already is. It's impacting the global economy. You know,
Becca, just to make you smile, I don't get the contracts in. I get Trump
dies.
Yeah.
I mean,
is gone.
somebody called that Etsy witch, dude. I can't with this man anymore. I can't.
Little blood clot.
Yeah, good. You got it too, Vicki? You got it too?
There's a new leader that lies about the money.
I do think it's going to end a lot sooner than the other ones have, certainly.
What'd you get?
Than like Ukraine and what's going on there.
Right. Because like with Ukraine, we're making money. I don't think we're making money on this one.
Mm-mm.
So I think they're going to close it down pretty quickly.
We sure as hell aren't, and we're running out of munitions. This dummy that sleeps through every meeting he has, sleeps through his own press conferences, didn't even think to go take stock of how many munitions we have before he decided to do this. And then they started screaming that we're running out.
Well,
You know?
he asked other people, do we have enough munitions? And nobody will tell him the truth. So they go, yes. And then he makes those decisions on what he wants to hear anyway. So it doesn't really work out. Okay.
He's my dog is smarter than him.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, big time. Braxy's super intelligent compared to him.
For sure.
And she's well behaved and she doesn't treat people like crap.
She doesn't shit her diapers.
I was just going to say, she don't poop her pants.
She doesn't shirt. Although she might be prone to falling asleep in a press conference.
I think we're all prone to falling asleep at those press conferences.
Yeah. What you getting out? Is this going to drag on?
I got 9 months. I said, if just give me like a number. 9 months, 9 of cups. Cups are a month under our control, under our house, under what we've created. And then we kind of turn it over. Then everybody else, like, yeah, you know, that's your problem now, bitch, right? It sort of gets turned over to another ruler, and that under us about 9 months.
Thank you, Acadian.
Seems like we would run out
Dr.
of money.
Vicki, you feel like it's going to last for a little bit longer and then in quickly before like midterms?
No, I my biggest concern, you asked me, right? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My biggest concern is they're going to use this to do false flags. That's.
Oh, remember Iran is going to launch drones into California.
Yeah.
All you got to do is go on Google Maps. That's over 7,500 miles away. You don't have drones that go that far. Why would you attack California when Washington and Mar-a-Lago are right there, closer to you? And then they went to, I guess, a bunch of drones, 4 or 5 drones went missing from a base in Virginia. That doesn't happen. Everything is serialized and there is a chain of custody.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me somebody just walked on base and stole 4 drones and oops.
At Fort Campbell.
And I would not put it past that sick son of a bitch to attack his own country to try to pull support like Bush did in 9/11.
Well, that was my next question. Is he going to pull a false flag operation in California? Because we do have 4 drones that are missing. They know where those drones are.
Oh yeah.
And those things don't go missing. I will put my head on the fucking chopping block. Those things just
Yeah.
don't disappear.
Well, even if somebody took them off the military base, you got to know how to operate them.
In order
They're
to take them
delivering
off,
floor shine
in
shoes.
order to take them off the base, you have to sign.
Yeah.
You can't just put them in the back of
There's
your truck.
paperwork of where they're going.
Those things are huge. You don't just put them in the back of your truck or in your trunk to steal them.
Because see, that's the thing. We're not talking drones from Walmart that you can put in a backpack.
No,
We're talking a literal plane, pretty much.
it's the size of an airplane. You don't just
Yeah.
put that in the trunk of your car. I mean, these people, they're the dumbest bunch of sons of bitches I've ever seen.
Oh, when you got a drunk running the Pentagon. Hit
And
eggs breath.
then they try to backtrack that entire statement, saying that the FBI, Kash Patel, who we should all trust, and I say that very sarcastically.
Somebody said the other day, Kash Patel, who can look in both directions without turning his neck.
Yeah,
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
we're supposed to believe Kash Patel when his FBI came out and said, "Oh no, that there's no threat to California." It's like you just
There's no threat to Florida because there's no Newsom in Florida.
And again, why would Iran attack a state that's 7,500 miles away when the other one is only 4,000 something? It makes no goddamn sense.
I get possibility if something cannot be wrapped up or a victory cannot be claimed, because there's a 2 of Pentacles, so you have your multitasking or trying to balance 2 things at once. 2 of Wands, which is planning. 8 of Wands, which would be launching something, and also communication. The Page of Wands, which would be a message to someone or an order to someone. Also an order for someone in a distant land or someone far away or something going far away. Temperance and the 2 of Cups, there is a deal and a partnership there. If this cannot be, like I said, declared victory, then I'm not saying it's California necessarily. It could be anywhere, but there is some sort of false flag thing because they want people to think that what we're doing is now justified. Because
Right.
look what they just did to us.
Right.
Temperance.
The problem is they are not calculating for the fact that 70 something 80% of the country does not agree with this war. So even if they were successful with a false flag attempt, the country would turn on him even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
100% would be on that side if they understood what's actually going on instead
Right.
of just reacting out of their feelings.
Right.
Oh, go Trump. He's strong. He's tough. He's ruining your life, though.
Yeah, you dumbasses are paying $4 or $5 a gallon, but that's what we gotta do because we're patriots. Yay!
Mhm.
I get the same thing, Johnny. He wants deaths here on our own soil to give him the right to be a bully somewhere else. So I do get they would take an action here. He's already got agreements with somebody, and with watch for it before the elections. That's all I'm going to say.
Did Vicki? Did you go?
No, I got the 5 of Wands chaos. Not being able to see, right? This woman has her blindfold. The chariot again. How many times does that come up? Next to the death card. And then the other death card, the Knight of Cups. So I feel like if there is, I don't think it has anything to do with drones. I think it might be some sort of something in a car, or you know how they're constantly running into crowds with cars and stuff like that. I think that I think somebody will pass from it and they're going to blame it on them. And we're just so, they're going to try to obfuscate Seven of Cups. But we're tired of mourning. We're tired of this. And it might actually be because we're so tired of it that we say that what we're doing with Iran is not working. We have to do something else. Like maybe something like that happens. But I definitely think there's going to be something. I don't know how far they can push it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump
well,
can push that. Go ahead.
While you were talking, I flashed on Timothy McVeigh in Oklahoma City bombings where he took a van in.
Yep.
So I think you're onto something there. They'll make it look like a terrorist attack.
Right. Right.
Did you go, Ona?
Yeah. I also got the Chariot. The Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles came up. So like a plan to do something quickly, working to I think they want to, because it would create more fear. And that is how they fuel themselves, right? So if anything happens, if a school shooting happens, they would blame Iran right now. And then if there was a plan, I got the Hermit. So there might have been like, wait, let's put a stop to this because of the cost. Four of Pentacles. Like think of the long term, right? And Five of Cups.
There you go. The Trump card. Sorrow.
The Trump card, thanks to Fox News and with their tarot reader, as we saw before the election. What you got, Becca?
I get the mice, the clouds, the fish. No false flags. What I do get is that he's trying to create an atmosphere where there's an abundance of fear and chaos. Why? Because people that are fearful are easier to control. Look at his face. Those people are afraid of their own shadows. That's why they're so brain dead and led around by the nose. So I get an abundance of fear, panic, anxiety, and chaos. And it also does what? Get you to go shopping, doomsday prep. I'm going to need 800 gallons of freaking water. I'm going to need 8,000 cans of SpaghettiOs and batteries and flashlights and do you see ivermectin and all that crap. so I think that in their minds, they thought, crap, we're tanking the economy. Let's get everybody freaked out so that they all start spending money because the GDP is in the toilet. The dollar is freaking tanking. You know what I mean? So, and it's easier to control people that are afraid, so that's what I get. So
the FCC said they're going to start going after news reports that aren't positive about the Iran war. Control the narrative, which is very, authoritarian. They're going to go after their license. So are we going to see the FCC take the license away from many news outlets, whether it's TV, Midas Touch, any source of news?
Not successfully, but it's not really meant to be. It's just meant to be a bully and a fear tactic. So
A threat.
I get the Ten of Pentacles and the Justice, because this just would open up 1,000 lawsuits pretty much. But I don't get successfully that they'll go after. But like I said, with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups there, there's reacting emotionally. It's meant to be a fear tactic to control what you say.
What you getting, Vicki?
I think people are too awake to fall for it, honestly. This is the Judgment card. This is the awakening. People know what's important to them. The Queen of Pentacles. People are, trying to make ends meet here. I feel like there's a rising up of the people, because we're not being taken care of in the way that we need to be taken care of. Does that make any sense with the question?
Yeah.
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 You get Nona?
I do think they're going to try and control the narrative more. The two soldiers, soldiers of fire and soldier of air. Yep. So actual plans to control what goes on in the air. Okay. And the 8 of water. So some people might just walk away from this. This is the emotional piece. They have to give something up to air anything, and you only see half the story here. He's half in the water and half telling you a story.
That's an interesting card.
The Mayor of Water. And then the 4 of Air. So there will be, I don't know if removing licenses as much as they're going to acquiesce to certain things like that. More censoring.
Or only have the half truths to report on, like how many are actually dead. We don't know.
Half.
Mm-hmm.
What you getting, Becca?
Snake key storks. If he does, there will be evidence that it was all a lie and retaliatory and vicious, and it'll get overturned. So if they do, expect it to go to court and get overturned.
Yeah,
because that's the First Amendment right.
This is their planned, very naive to try and gaslight and put fear in people, as Johnny said. They've already got some news teams working for them. So, but anything else, it would harvest a bunch of lawsuits, is what I'm getting. So, I don't think, his support is done. Trump's support is done. Like, he doesn't have the support anymore. So it's just seen as bullying and propaganda. He doesn't have the power anymore. Okay, last question. What is Trump's biggest fear?
Oh,
He doesn't seem to be afraid of the fact that he knows he's not getting into heaven. He's like, but I had a good time. What's his biggest fear? Runs out of Diet Coke.
As I get the Page of Cups. Get Chariot this time now. It's my first time. Okay. Oddly enough, I'm getting what he fears right now, or what's coming up for him, is a fear of immobility. So I think he may be having some leg issues, foot issues, or some kind of mobile issue. So he is fearing being immobile. Because I get the 9 of Swords, there's your fear. And then I get the 10 of Wands, something that would burden you or keep you stuck. And then there's the Chariot, to where you cannot move forward. You cannot move, period. So there's something to where immobility may be his current fear, or fear coming up.
What you get, Dr. Vicki?
The Queen of Swords. So justice, the Tower, judgment. That's him, not getting to heaven. Then I get the King of Pentacles. He's upset he won't be the richest guy anymore. And then I get the King of Wands, and I think that's JD, because it kind of looks like JD a little bit there with the smoky eye going on. And I always sort of see JD as the king of so he's afraid of his demise, and then it's going to be in the hands of this Mameluke. That's what he's thinking. JD Vance, what a stupid jerk he is. And he's trying, although JD does have brown shoes on, so that's a good sign. He's not wearing his velour shines. So maybe that'll be better for us. I don't know. He's afraid of annihilation. He's afraid of death. So he's
Good.
afraid.
Yeah,
coming
that's what
for
I
you.
got. I got the tower right away. We're in this deck, Malach. Malach. He's afraid. It's number 16. It's got every bad thing that you can imagine happening to it.
Out of every orifice in his body.
All of it. All of it. And then the magician, but it is concentrating on this moon-shaped head, maybe losing his ability to think, and paper where there's some kind of the typewriter with the paper, the letter, some kind of documentation is really scaring him. I don't know what it is.
Results.
Somebody does.
Results. He should be afraid of chest compressions. That's what's going to be scary. That's what'll scare. That's scary when they do it.
If they can bring him in and out for about an hour, that'd be great. Drag it out. Clear. What you getting, Becca?
I get the man, the tower, the woman, the heart, the moon. He fears isolation. Okay. And the image surrounding him being this great, fantastic lover with women is just that, a big fat mirage. But mostly isolation. So prison.
That is exactly. He fears being taken down by women. He fears that his lover prowess will be looked at differently because, it's rape with a little bitty mushroom, but it's still rape. Rape is rape. So he's very, very anxious about his image being corrupted and being isolated.
According to Stormy Daniels, this is about the correct size of him anatomically. So I'm just saying.
Still mushroom.
2 plump chump.
Wow. Well, Dr. Vicki and Ona, thank you so much for joining us on Petty Boots tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. It was a lot of fun.
I'll be checking in with you from now through April as all this.
No, we're
going to
have. I want to have you on so we can talk about how we're plowing through all of this big Malach mess.
And we are on Becca's channel next week, House of Lenormand. We had over 2,500 of you watching tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the super chats if I missed any of them. The construction is still ongoing in the house, so thank you so much. Those donations have helped a lot. The plumbing is fixed. Now it's the rebuild, but discovered they have to tear out more of the wall to rebuild the wall. It's on and on. When you own an old house.
Whack-a-mole. It's the whack-a-mole. Like you peel off one thing, like what's under this tile? Next thing you know, you're like straight
asbestos testing, frayed wiring, this, that. Vicki, you own an older home.
I know,
it's a spider web when you open anything.
We walked around the yard today for the first time because we can actually walk around the yard for the first time. And there's so much we have to fix and clean up, and it's crazy.
Yeah. But thank you all for joining us. And if you didn't catch Johnny last night, go watch his live stream from last night too. We will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.